Brent Atwater, the animal medium, and today we're going to talk about guilt and pet death. So here's my question. Do you feel that maybe you could have contributed to your pet's death by not getting him to the vet on time, by not looking at the signs quick enough, or by giving him that extra pill? Let me give you some ways to assuage your guilt, and let me let you know why your guilt is misbased. Number one, when you have a pet, one of the things you do is make a contract on the other side about their death. This means that the pet has chosen a specific exit point that they're going to use to vacate their fursuit. Now, prior to vacating their fursuit, they will give you a memory moment, and if you think real carefully, after your grief has subsided a little bit, you will remember a time where Fluffy just was not acting the way they used to. It's like abnormal behavior, but it could be good behavior. Like an animal that's always close to you all the time, he steps back and he stays in the backyard and he's not right there with you. And you wondered, he doesn't normally do that. Well, what he's doing is he's detaching from your energy, and that's a memory moment. Another way that pets do it is they will come into the kitchen if they're really sick and act like, wow, give me my food, I want my chicken, I want my cheese, and act like they're well, and you think, they're getting better, they're going to be okay. Well, no, that's a memory moment again, letting you know that everything is okay with what's going on. So, one of the first things is a memory moment. If you'll take time, look at our video. We did a video on memory moments. We have a show on memory moments on PetLifeRadio.com, and in our blog we also have a comment, and in my book, a whole chapter on memory moments. So the first sign is a memory moment. The second thing is you can't choose the exit point your pet does. Your pet chooses it. Okay? So sometimes an animal will be sick and they'll go, I got to take this exit point now. And a lot of people go, he died in my hands. He died on the way to the vet. I didn't get to tell him goodbye. It's my fault. No, it's not your fault. Your pet gave you the gift of you not being there when they passed so that you would have that memory in your mind the entire time of watching them die. Instead, you have happy memories. I know, they're hard to access right now. But instead, you have happy memories. So if your pet died when you weren't around at the vet's, like you slipped out of the room for a minute, or you walked out of the room for just a split second, or you went to work and you came back because you thought they were going to be okay, and they passed, that was a gift to you. It was a gift to allow you to not be involved in a memory that would haunt you forever. And another thing is you say, I tried everything. I gave him the pills, I took him to the vet, I did everything I could. You can't stop the death process. Once the pet determines that they're going to cross over and take that exit point, there's nothing you can do about it. Now, the last thing, which is a hard one to deal with, is sometimes a pet death is a learning opportunity. And one of the things you might want to do is ask yourself, what did I learn from my pet's death? Because in every death there are lessons and there are gifts. But for you to feel guilty that you didn't do enough, you didn't give him enough, you didn't try enough, you didn't pick up on it enough, usually if it's quick or slides up on you or sneaks up on you, then that's your pet's gift to you so that you don't have to watch and deal with the death process for a long period of time, because it would carry your guts out. And your pet knows it would carry your guts out. So they're protecting you by sliding over and transitioning when you're not there. And always remember, after your pet's died, look for the memory moment, because it will be there. And that's giving your soul a heads up of what's coming down the pike. So don't feel guilty about your pet's death. They gave you a memory moment. You both contracted to do it exactly the way it was. And there's a whole article in my book that talks to you, and a whole chapter in my book that talks to you about you and the pet contracting to have the death scenario exactly the way it is, because of the lessons to be learned and because of the manner in which they choose to leave at a specific exit point. And then also, remember, they just leave their fursuit. The living energy is alive and well the minute, nanosecond. They slip out of that fursuit, gone. into all there is, a beautiful sparkler form, and right there with you if you want to talk to them from that day forward. We hope this has helped you today, because pets do give you signs with memory moments that activate your soul that say, heads up, Mom, we're getting ready to come down to the countdown of the exit point I chose, and then the way they choose to exit. Sometimes a pet that lingers for a long period of time teaches you a lot about an illness. Sometimes a pet that goes through an illness mirrors the illness that in time you'll go through. And that's a pet empath, which we'll talk about another time. But remember, don't feel guilty. There's nothing you could have done to have stopped the exit point or have stopped the process, because it was all pre-planned and pre-contracted for the gifts and the lessons that in time you'll learn to cherish. Thanks for listening. Check out our archives. We've got a lot of good shows down there, and we welcome you to subscribe and to send in your questions. Go to my website, go to my Facebook group, or you can Twitter or Instagram me a question, and I look forward to answering your questions later. Thanks. Bye-bye.